Okay. It is time. It is time. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Stellaris, where we're going to be checking out the latest version, both the Nemesis DLC and, of course, version 3.0.1. This version has been named after the author Philip K. Dick, as many of you have probably already worked out. Look, get it out of your system now. Just get it out of your system. It's okay. Everyone else is doing it. I'm not going to hold you to such high standards that you can't make some sort of joke about the fact that this version's name is Dick. All right? Just all I ask, get that out of your system now so that we can move on. Yeah, everyone's thinking it. I'm not gonna judge anyone or pretend this should be beneath you or anything. No, go for it, get it out of your system. Then we'll get on with the busy job of making an empire. But yes, Stellaris. All the update versions are named after sci-fi authors. Are they always sci-fi authors, or are they sometimes scientists? I know we've got the Hawking black hole. But that's not a version. That's an actual in-game feature. I think they may actually all be science fiction authors, but I could be slightly mistaken on that. It's either authors and scientists or just authors. But either way, yes, this version is named after Philip K. Dick. Looks like the Dabblings have ensured you have enough of a dark drink to play the game properly. Well, you know. Depending on the way we go, that's all going to be set up here whilst we make our empire. We're going to make our empire and then decide where we're going with that. Do I have many of the other empires that I've had over time? No, I don't. We've got the Eos Commonwealth and we've got the Ashblight Court. The Necrons. And yes, we do have all of the DLC. But of course, with every DLC, we make a brand new race. Now, the decisions we make here will define the style of play that we're going for. Okay? If you're new to my coverage of Stellaris, the way I play specifically is kind of a role-play hybrid, and it's true of most games, if I'm perfectly honest. When I play games, I try to get into the headspace of whatever I'm playing. So when there is an empire, when there is a character, if that character has any RPG element, I try to put myself and kind of learn to react based on the experiences that character endures, rather than what I feel or think in any one moment. I try to imagine what they feel or think, or what they have learned from what they've gone through. And Stellaris is no different. We're going to set up an empire, and then we're going to kind of role play it. Even if I know, like, the mechanics of the game might be better served in a different by taking different options. We will be playing with strong RP guidance. Not necessarily strict, but fairly strong. Alright. Now then, if I remember in the VODs, because I'm so benevolent and kind, and I am absolutely everyone's friend, and I'm not trying to guide anyone to their ultimate, the continuation of their journey beyond the mortal plane in our death temples. Suffering emancipation stations. But here's the Twilight Court. This is where I will probably cut the VOD in. No, it's okay. You don't need to thank me. Just be aware that I've just saved you an hour and a half of us making this race. So yes, the Twilight Court. The homeworld, Phantom Hive. A grim council is what we are. So benevolent, so wise. I know. I really, I'm just too good for this world. This nation's most powerful religious figures have formed a ruling council overseeing an empire which engages in ritualized sapient sacrifice. Ah, fantastic. A death cult with diplomatic core. With authoritarian, spiritualist, xenophiles. We are always going to be... We will love you no matter what the rest of the galaxy thinks about you. We believe in you. We want the best for you, and the best happens to be in our sacrificial temples. Race name is Voidsinger. We're intelligent, venerable, slow breeders, weak, and decadent. Syncretic evolution. We do... look, we're clearly anteaters, okay? And of all of the ant and other insect species that we devoured, one of them was useful enough that we only ate the smartest and the most willful of them, instead breeding a docile species of extremely useful quote-unquote friends. Kenny, thank you very much for the gifts up there, buddy. Diolch yn fawr iawn. So we created the bad guys from the Chronicles of Riddick. There's no reason for that. Why are we bad? Everyone's gonna die eventually. We're just helping them along that journey, saving them some time. Okay, I think this is good. Drop down a final save. Pomp. Okay, let us move forward. Done. I'll go with not medium. Elliptical, don't mind. AI empires, we want lots of friends. Advanced AI start, I don't like having... Well, you know what, fine, we'll leave 2. Fallen empires, lots of old friends. Marauder empires, sure. Tech, tradition cost, we'll leave that at 1. Habitable worlds, this is a modifier of the chance of a habitable planet in the Goldilocks... Sorry, a planet in the Goldilocks zone of a solar system being habitable. The higher this is, the more habitable worlds the galaxy will contain overall. Any particular reason not to have that higher? You know what, we've got 600 stars, it's fine. Primitive civilizations is fine. Or maybe, look. I've managed to get XCOM once in all of the many hours that I have played Stellaris. The more primitive civilizations that exist, the greater chance that I'm going to be able to coax one of them to deploy XCOM on me. I want to see that event again. I love these weak decadent old geezers who can't get an erection but have invented the means for their floating chairs of oppression to crack the whip or cattle prod their slaves. Sorry, indentured servants. Yes, Shenry, that's exactly what we've got. Wait, there's an XCOM event? Oh, yes. Yes. If you prod a civilization hard enough, they try to resist. And if they are at a sufficiently developed state, when they try to resist, XCOM happens. It is pretty funny. I think it actually may be in one of the first Stellaris series I ever put up on my YouTube channel, so I think I do actually have it somewhere. But it is really, really hilarious. They try so hard, bless them, with their tiny little aeroplanes and their tiny little guns. Not realizing that their entire government is already us. We have been slowly meddling in their affairs for a very long time. You know, besides stealing their cattle and sometimes them, and performing all manner of experiments on them. But there are so many Easter eggs in this game. So just mixing up a little bit more drink. Crisis strength, sure, that's 1. Crisis type, random, I don't care. We'll find out what it is eventually. Or we'll become it. Shifty eyes. I promise nothing. But a fun time. AI aggression, normal. Empire placement, fine. Difficulty scaling, off. What's that? Once enabled, any AI bonuses from the difficulty settings scale up over time. Starting at 0, I'll leave that off. This way we can enjoy it. Advanced neighbors. Controls whether empires with advanced AI starts are permitted to spawn near a player. Having this off may result in less than the specified number of advanced starts being generated. We'll just leave it. Oh, actually, no, we'll leave that on then in that case. It's fine. It's fine. Xenocompatibility. Enable or disable the Xenocompatibility Ascension perk as an option for Empire. Because you think it's going to be fun. You think it's all fun and games, allowing your decadent, weak old geezers to take alien concubine waifus, until all of a sudden you've got 56 different species on your worlds. It takes so long to find one that's useful as well, because they're all going to be disappointments. I can imagine one alien chiding another for abducting another primitive for their experiments. Do you want XCOM? Because this is how you get XCOM. Yeah, pretty much, Bentham. That is exactly how you get it. Only 56? Gotta pump those numbers. All right. We'll leave it on. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we're ready, chat. Like I said, you who may be watching this in VODland, you were saved an hour and a half of making the Empire. You got to come in just at the end. So, watching us an hour over the settings, you can live with that one. That's the price of my benevolence. With cutting out, if I remember. If I don't, but I'm talking about my benevolence. You're going to be like, yeah, no, it took us like 2 episodes to get to the game. 2 episodes of watching you make your race. Damn it, Aavak. All right, we're finally here. The Twilight Court, the Grim Council. In the eons since the first primitive Void Singer communities took shape in the rugged mountain valleys of Phantom Hive, our civilization has spread and prospered. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane Network, the finest minds of the Twilight Court have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.
Blessings upon you, Your Holiness. I am Veer, a prototype
This is a
synthetic
beautiful
intelligence.
system.
The priesthood has ordained me to act as your faithful servant and advisor, so that I may aid you on our divine path to the stars.
I mean, the priesthood may have ordained you, but you're still a heresy machine. I'm not sure I approve. Hello, Aavak, been a while. Did you take a week off? I streamed day before yesterday, actually. But look at this. This system is beautiful. I don't remember it looking this good before. I can only assume that we're just bloody lucky and we're in an amazing system, because this is gorgeous. Hey, Lolash, how you doing, mate? Alright, we're... Shut this thing down! I love that you get minerals for taking Veer apart. However, there are new game mechanics, and I will fumble probably. It is much better to have an infernal, heretical machine that I can blame for me fumbling than having anyone know that it was me. You see? Yes, I could just take him apart, but then I lose a scapegoat. No. We're going to keep this infernal machine, but I will greatly limit its interactions.
Very well. I will provide tips, explaining only basic functions and tools as you explore them.
This place is gorgeous. For reals, though. Like, ultra for reals. It's a G-class star, often referred to as yellow dwarfs. G-type stars actually range in color from white to slightly yellow. Main sequence stars fuse hydrogen for roughly 10 billion years before they expand and become red giants. Although their lifespans are shorter than K-type stars, worlds inside the habitable zone of a G-star often enjoy optimal conditions for the development of life. Yeah, I'm probably in a nebula system. That's what I'm guessing. This is lovely. This is absolutely gorgeous. All right. Now, do we already know all of these planets? Have we already? Yeah, we've already developed the world here. Though this one. Why have we already got? Some of these developed, but not others. Interesting. It's been a while. Anyway, let's get research set up.
Where we will be directing our research efforts. Technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options.
Okay. Let's have a look. Research station out. Well, I think it's going to be research speed. First thing that we'll invest our time and effort into is learning to learn faster. And tempting, actually. Monthly Unity going up is quite nice. Additional edicts. Also nice. Farms would be good, but I'm going to go for the monthly Unity. And nothing here really jumping out at me. I guess we'll go with mining stations. Alright, let's have a look down here. Do we have any like modifiers on this area that we can easily see? Maybe if we go up to the map, we can have a look. So Janus expands. Environmental effects. A nebula block outside sensors from being able to see into their system. Okay, so yeah, we are in a nebula. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Oh, the blue cloud. Right, I see. Thank you very much, chat. They can't spy on our rituals, indeed. So we don't even need to tell them that we're taking them to a death temple, because they're not going to know that there's a death temple there. We'll tell them that we're taking them to a residential complex that will tend to the needs of their people for the rest of their lives. Absolutely true. In every way that counts. Right, okay. We're going to have a load of things that we're going to need to do early on. Let me check on the edicts.
Empire-wide edicts, practices that can be enforced by spending some of our resources, can be enacted.
Thank you. Go up. Fortify the border, veneration of saints, information quarantine. Stability +5, gathering ethics, sacrifice togetherness. Now, this is the stuff that I'm interested in looking at because I've never played it with a death cult. Sacrifice togetherness. The most devout among us are prepared to meet their fate, ensuring that our society is brought closer together. Let our unity shine out into the lonely dark of space. Lasts for 6 years and 6 months, kills all mortal initiates. Each one sacrificed increases the odds of additional gains in unity up to +35% in total. Monthly unity +10%, pop growth speed +5%. The event, sacrifice made, twilight togetherness happens. Harmony. The most devout, their final sacrifice is a time for joyous celebration of purpose. Let every day be spent in honor of a good life. Happiness will increase in pop growth. Wow, up to +50% happiness, actually quite a lot. And then bounty. Are prepared to meet their fate, keen that our society should be enriched by their final sacrifice. Let death cleanse the way for vibrant life, glorious in its essence. Each one's sacrifice increases the odds of additional gains in minerals and energy output up to 30% in total. That's quite a potent one, actually. It's a very potent one. So, are we the baddies? I mean, we're not the baddies. Yet. Okay.
The policies tab covers government policies.
Yes, I know, Veer. Let's have a quick look. Diplomatic stances. Empire will attempt to bully weaker empires into submission to their will. Wow. Cooperative, isolationist, expansionist, mercantile, suprematist, purification. This empire believes that enemies exist solely to be destroyed, and that they are the ones chosen to do so. Supremacist, so we're currently expansionist. Outpost builds cost, colony development speed, but border friction. I don't know about that one. Maybe. We'll leave that one there. There's no point in changing it. Is there anything that I'm going to want to change here? Actually, I don't think there will be for a while. Maybe slavery, though. Actually, no, we're going to need slavery. Let's go and check on Phantom Hive.
This is our homeworld and the capital of our empire. The planet summary screen, which we are currently looking at, provides an overview of the planet's important statistics and allows us to set a designation if desired, as well as the option to automate the planet.
Thank you very much. Now, one of the really nice things about this, you do still have buildings like foundries and stuff, but they give a couple of jobs to make whatever as before, but you can now only have one of them. However, there is an entire new district for dealing with alloys and consumer goods. By default, each district gives one artisan job and one metallurgist job. However, you can change the designation. We can't do that on the capital world. But if you've got like a production world, this makes it so much faster to retool your economy. Before, like you'd be going around, like realistically speaking, every world was a specific focus with probably the ability to build either alloys or consumer goods. But you didn't tend to have them separate. You weren't even easily able to swap them over, because if you tore a building down, it would take time to rebuild it, and materials, which was kind of a pain in the bum. Whereas now, if you've got a world with a bunch of industrial districts, if you tell it to be a forge world, it's going to swap the jobs that these districts give from a balance between alloys and consumer goods to mostly alloys. Or you can make it an industrial world where it'll swap the jobs into producing consumer goods. It makes it so much faster. You can retool your economy basically based on whether you're at war or not. I'm in peace, nice balance. Or mostly, perhaps, consumer goods. Have gone to war, okay. One click, switch my economy's just retooled across into now just pumping out loads of alloys, because I'm going to need to be replacing my combat fleet. It's really nice. Hi, Aavak. Is it worth getting into Stellaris from scratch at this point? Getting all the DLCs is awfully pricey. Well, Stellaris is often on sale. Like, often on sale. You're probably not going to find the most recent DLC available cheaper for a little while. But you can often pick up a lot of it at a fairly decent discount. So if you are interested in getting it, the base game is entirely fun, and every time a DLC comes out, a lot of the balance changes are automatically released as a free update. It's just new mechanics tend to be a part of the DLC content. But you can then just pick up the DLCs as they go on sale. That would be my advice. It is absolutely worth getting into the game fresh right now, in my opinion. There's still so much here, even if you have none of the DLC content. The balances are always patched in. Well, we got a couple of things we can do here, but the first and most important thing.
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and generals.
Very well. Right. We've got a couple of scientists and one governor. We need names, chat. We're going to need a lot of names. You know it. I know it. We're just going to have to get those going. So, given that usually I refund any names that don't get used, we're going to be going through names constantly whilst playing this. Whether it be new ship designs, new leaders as they come or they go, new planets, new sectors, new stars, etc., etc. I'm only going to name planets we actually colonize. And if I do that, then I'll rename the system as well. So the star. But by and large, I'll only be renaming things that, like, I'll rename a ship design and not an individual ship, of which we'll probably go through thousands throughout the playthrough. But I am going to unlock the naming game reward tier for a few moments, and then I will relock it again. Any names that don't, well, I'll go through them in the order that they get requested, but any names that I don't use, I'll just leave on the list, and I'll have a use for them soon enough. So, get your dapper ducats ready, because you're about to be able to join the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think that should be enough for now. All right then, Governor Matten. Welcome to the court. Scientist Elof Heater. Nisha Fish. Faisal. Saturn Dragoon. Then we have got civilian ships will be renamed.
This is our construction ship, which is...
Yes, it is. Very astute of you, Veer. The construction ship Superwoman and the science ship, currently captained by Elof Heater, Univenon. Right, let me get all these names complete. Bitmage and Future Planet, you will probably be named in just a moment, actually. Right, that's sorted. Next up, what about our ships?
In the Fleet Manager, we can create templates for our military fleets. As our fleets grow in size, these templates make it easier to quickly order replacements for any losses they may have sustained.
We are going to want to
all the ships in use within our empire.
Right, so actually looks like quite a cool design. It looks like a literal space ship. Wow, I like that design. I'm going to have to remember that. I may well steal that design for my ships in Evorian. That looks awesome. And defense platform. Very spiky. I approve. How's this game for mods? There are ridiculous amounts of mods, yes. Okay. Actually, let's have a quick look. Got laser and 2 small mass drivers, that's fine. Let's have a look. 1 point defense and 2 regular weapons, or 3 weapons. I don't really think having a missile ship is that potent early on, but we'll go with it. And I would like, a mass driver, and then just a regular nuclear missile here. As for armament, you may as well go with a bit of a mix. Though if you've got enough power, with plus 15, we're going to have a bit of a boost to our evasion, which is quite nice, and our speed. If you want to, though, you can just go with extra shields. It really doesn't matter. If you're fighting in a war against a specific type of enemy, then one will be better than the other, but you can retool your fleets depending on the enemy you're going to be fighting against. We don't need a reactor boost on it. Aavak still plays Ivorian. Man, I wish I could play with you. But at the end of the day, my designs are way too detailed, so they end up lagging out whatever server I'm on. Whether that's my computer or someone else's. Oh, bless. Yeah, you can get super detailed in Ivorian. Right, we need a name for you. This shall be... I think it's more or less done. Auto design takes control over upgrading. I don't want it to be auto design now. Am I changing this one? It shouldn't be. Oh, please don't. There we go. This will be the Bitmage missile corvette. We'll set it to auto upgrade. And then I would like a picket corvette. We're not going to be dealing with fighters yet, so realistically, I would say that the point defense cannons are more than enough. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, going with the Sentinel point defense over the flak battery. I feel flak battery are better for fighters. We could then just have a mixture. One is better at shields, one is better at armor. I think that'll be fine. There we go. Once again, auto update. And this one shall be the future planet. There you go. Now we can delete the auto one. I'm not going to worry about creating a defense platform blueprint yet until we're actually in a position where we want to build them. Since I'm a maid, can I think of it as a magic missile corvette? Oh my lord. Fine. Yes. No, that's okay. That hurts my brain a little bit, but fine. Right, Superwoman, I would very much like it if you would build... I would like it if you build the mining stations, honestly. Let's focus on the energy where we can. Oh no, we've already got the energy ones set up. Alright, then go for... Really? Oh, there we are. Can we get that one done? Yes, good. So we'll get that built. Get that little bit of extra energy moving in.
Military fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats, or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms, if we so wish.
I would like to get a leader, but we're going to have to wait. Upgrade the fleets, please. Right, we're upgrading all of them to Bitmage class. Magic missile frigates. Or corvettes, rather. Oh, my lord. It hurts. With that done, I would like Univenom. Well, actually, before we start moving Univenom around, I want to just make sure that I've got the best people working on these. Yes, Elofita is the best scientist to be captaining a science vessel. We have got a lot of connections. I don't think you need to do anything there. So, explore system. Let's start having a look around. Next up.
This is our system's starbase. These upgradable stations mark star system ownership and are most often tasked with producing all types of ships.
Indeed they are. Now, I have been told, or rather when I was in Shen's stream, I saw Shen mention that the modules for starbases have had a buff. They used to be, like the production ones, were kind of... It wasn't that they were useless, it's just that there was almost always something that was more useful that you could use instead. But apparently now, that's not necessarily the case. They have had a bit of a buff. Sky Shadowing, thank you very much for the Prime sub, mate. 23 months, my lord. And as it happens, as Dragoon Spirits mentioned there, in Nebula and black holes especially, they can be quite good. Quite good. All right, we're going to need a couple more names, though, because I would actually like to rename the station as well. But first and foremost, where are we? We've got enough. Well, we will have enough eventually. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to have to wait on that. Okay, well, I'm going to need a couple more names, so let me zoom in so the screen doesn't drag too much. You know the drill. I'm going to unlock name redemption. We're going to need a couple. So, by all means, pop some more names into the queue. I'm so used to all my mods that it's weird to see a vanilla game again. Yeah, no, that's completely fair. Completely fair. I'm tapping out Aavak. Can I add my wife's nickname to the name list? If you can put it into the naming game, by all means. Because I'm not keeping a separate name list. That would be way too much. So if it goes into the naming game list, then it will be in there. There we go. I'll make a little note. Write that down. I said I was going to keep a separate name list, and I'm making notes anyway. But I will add in a little note there for you. Right, there we go. That should be enough names for a little bit. Or, if Belial could keep a note of it for me. Amy Pie, that would be grand. Right, okay. Let's get the name of this station updated. Angela's Folly Station. There we go. We also want a Fleet Admiral. Let's have a look. What? We can have... Okay, we can have Gloinbu admirals. Well, I guess so. They're not... Well, I would have thought they were leaders, but maybe they can serve as army officers. Take care, my wife's biggest fan. Have a good night, mate. Leader experience gain, Trickster, emergency FDL, damage risk, combat disengagement chance, or leader lifespan. They're already going to live for a long time, but you've got a long time ahead of you. We're going to go with... Oh, actually, we can't go with you because it costs too much, but hopefully we'll be able to grab you in a moment. Okay, well, we're going to have to just wait then. Aavak, will you go for being a crisis? I don't know, but there is a not insignificant chance that this will happen, yes.
Our vessels have been reinvigorated.
Hooray! The Gilder fleet, though, can be renamed to the Z Primo fleet. I'm so confused right now. I wandered off an hour and a bit ago. The game was just starting. Now I come back. We've just started. Yeah. It's Empire selection for you, though. Empire creation. That is always going to take a long time. Or at least it's always going to take a long time with me. But now that we're actually going, we'll probably speed things up a little bit. Discovery of alien life. Wow, really? Already? The void ship Univenon has made a startling find on Stellaris 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Phantom Hive. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Stellaris 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. Okay. Quite nice. Hey, Superwoman.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, thank you very much. I could start getting research going, and I do kind of want that. Planetary Animalia. The priesthood on Phantom Hive have a generally favorable reaction to the reports of complex yet dumb organisms found on alien planets. The findings did spark some interdoctrinal debate. Is this proof that the Void Singers are the lords of all within creation? Or have we simply not yet encountered our brethren from beyond the void? Oh no! We're cementing it, chat! We're giving our people more reason to believe that they are inherently superior. Oh, my lord.
An unusual phenomenon has popped up.
Atmospheric readings from Stellaris 5 do not match simulator projections. First contact already? Wow. This one's challenging, though. Ooh, research time 300. I think. Wow, you know what? Sure, you can go ahead and research that. It's fine. But first contact protocols. Our recent encounters with alien life forms have reignited and made suddenly more urgent the old debate on how we should approach contacting any potentially intelligent alien civilizations we meet. While some advocate focusing on established friendly relations as quickly as possible by contacting them with a message of peace, others advise caution, pointing out that we cannot know whether alien minds bear ill intent towards us, and that it would be unwise to let them know too much about us before it is necessary. We can't choose this one. We can't have aggressive, and I think that's because we are xenophiles. We cannot attack neutral enemies. Other empires will find it easier to establish communications with us and gain 50% more influence from each successful first contact process, or it is wise to be cautious. Cannot attack neutral entities, and other nations will find it harder to establish communications with us. Negative first contact events are less likely to happen to us. I think we're going to have open arms. I think that makes more sense for our current setup. does this have? Features. Fertile lands, black soil, mineral-rich, searing desert. I mean, does it actually have any specific creatures on it? Didn't look like. Oh. Oops. No, we don't want it to be paused. Open arms, open fire. Translation is tough. Well, there is that, yeah.